Hey everyone, it's another episode of Candid with Candace, and it is another breast cancer update. I completed my 4th chemo session today and wanted to give you guys a general update and praise report. So, things have changed since you all last saw me on live last week anyway. So I wanted to do just an update. I really wanted to go live on Wednesday because I like doing it on Wednesday because I have chemo on Thursday. But I was just so overwhelmed and so overjoyed, and I really couldn't do it. So I still have not been able to film any other beauty content. But I did finally get to use some of the products that I bought during the Sephora sale. So before I get into it, just because niggas is gonna ask, I'll post the links later. But the Milk Hydro Grip Primer, she is that girl. Y'all know I was looking for like a new bronzer contour duo. I got the Patrick Ta one, and it has a cream and a powder in it. She's that girl. And baby, I did use the Fenty Invisimatte, and she's that girl. I'll link all the stuff later. But listen, Keeley, because niggas is still gonna ask, okay? So I did try those products. I do absolutely love them. Despite me having a filter on right now, whatever, you're gonna get it. I did my makeup at 10 o'clock this morning. It's 7:30 now, and I had like minimal shine, but this took it complete. Like, I was shook. I did record that part without a filter so y'all could see it real time. But anyway, I am still doing really well. I will be honest, the losing hair happened expeditiously. I had to lean in because y'all know normally I do stories. I bring y'all in and out. That shit escalated quickly. I literally started losing my first strands of hair last Wednesday. It's like every 7 days I would get a significant side effect. And it would always happen every 7 days, the day before I go back to chemo. So last week, day 14, because I'm on 21-day cycle. Day 14, sitting on FaceTime, and it started coming out. I was just like, oh, okay, I still have a lot of hair, like it's cool. Nigga, from Wednesday to Sunday I was in tears. It just escalated so quickly. I really didn't have any other side effects over the weekend. And Sunday it was bad. So I already had a hair appointment scheduled for Tuesday because I knew that I didn't want to be in a position where I was in the shower and washing it myself and it got worse. I couldn't handle that trauma, so I scheduled an appointment. She already knew what was up, and she was combing through it, and it just got worse and worse and worse. And by the time we got to the bowl and she shampooed, baby, when I say I have a mean comb over right now, because I'm pulling up to the club with my ceiling missing. There's nothing. I literally have like a patch of hair right here. I'm still completely thick in the back, but like here, there's no hair. So I have a mean comb over right now. And some little topic spray in there. Like, she's, as I always say, thin as your auntie's edges. Bitch, I don't have no edges. It's super thin, like there's no hair. But the girl that does my hair down here, she makes custom wigs. Tape measure was immediately pulled out, and we got sized for custom units. So I will also be honest, like, yes, I have had a pixie before. Yes, I've had short hair before, but part of it for me is I'm carrying so much more weight than I'm used to, and my face is really full, and that I don't like. And like now I don't have hair and layers to hide behind, so I'm just being honest. It's still an adjustment for me. I'm barely 5'3", and a good weight range for me is like 145, 150. 155 is pushing it. 155 is my personal threshold where I'm like, bitch, pull up. And right now I am 170. I'm trying to give myself grace. You know, I am full of steroids every week. I'm full of chemo. I'm full of other radioactive things, and my body is fighting like a really, really hard fight. So that is just a personal thing for me. With that being said, I don't know if sis is in here, but I'm in the mood and I put names on bullets. I'm already adjusting to this new look. I don't need the peanut gallery telling me that now I need earrings. I need different earrings and the type of earrings I need. Like, don't need it. So, trigger finger was itching. I had to get that off my chest. But, so yesterday was my first progress appointment with my chemo team, with oncology. And because I am on a 21-day cycle, I did see someone ask what drugs I'm on. So right now in phase 1, I have 3 different drugs. One is immunotherapy, which is like Keytruda or something like that. And then I have carboplatin and Taxol. So on the 21-day cycle, which started again today, on day 1 of the cycle, I do all 3, the immunotherapy and then the 2 chemo drugs. And then the other 2 weeks, I just do the 2 chemo drugs, and then I meet with oncology and we check progress, and then we go again. So yesterday was day 21. And so I go meet with oncology. You know, remember last week I was like coming to terms with the fact that, you know, I got to do 24 chemo treatments. And I'm just like, I'm calling cap, but whatever. I'm going to follow what they say. But they did tell me last week that I get a 2-week break in between phase 1 and phase 2. All I could focus on was 2-week break. I'm going home. So that's all I could think of. So I wanted to confirm with the doctor, you know, all the things. So first of all, you know, I've been doing the things. I make sure I'm hydrated. I'm trying to eat as clean as possible. I'm doing my soursop tea. I'm learning to surrender to my body. And like when I'm tired, I surrender. Mommy will tell you, we could be in the middle of a conversation. I will just get up and go to bed. Surrender. I ain't got it, okay? So, get to the doctor, and I'm just like, okay. I'm more just like thinking like, I'm just going to be asking like questions that I have. So, it's time to exam. Doctor looks very, very confused. I can't find the tumor, Candace. She's unclockable. Put out an APB. She's missing. He's confused. He's still pushing. And I was like, I told y'all. She's shrinking. And the look of confusion on his face when he said he cannot find it. And he's pushing. And he's pushing. And I had to literally guide his hand. And I was like, remember, he was like, yeah, it was all here. It was 3+ centimeters. It was rock hard, cupping under my breast. And he was just, I wish I was recording in that moment because they looked so confused. And they just kept, and I had to literally push his hand. And I was like, here, like that's where it was. And he said, oh shit. So day 1, when we started, we were like 3+ centimeters. Yesterday, it was back to maybe 1 centimeter, which was actually the size when I originally found it, but it doesn't even have the same texture. So I say this and share this to say, yes, there is still technically cancer in my body and it's 1 centimeter, but to the touch, she's damn near unclockable. So do not ignore shit. Like, if this is what it was and I was doing a self-exam, you wouldn't know. When I found it in December, it was the size of a pea, but it had a different texture. She don't even have no texture. Felicia got the fuck up out of here. And I'm grateful because when people have been telling me that they're praying for me, I know who real prayer warriors are. And I promise you, like, not to sound cheesy, I get little warm chills at certain points. And I always just say thank you because I know it's one of y'all praying for me. And when people keep asking me what I need, I just say fervent prayer and I leave it at that. Because I really don't need anything else. So I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And Felicia's getting her ass fucking beat. Okay? Mink, mink. She's out of here. She's gone. So he asked me about my side effects. Listen, I actually have tissue by the side of the bed because I was like, if today's the day I'm going to cry, I'm actually not even going to be mad about it because they're tears of joy. So he then goes through and he's like, I'm looking at your blood work and your blood work is astounding. Your blood work is that of someone who hasn't even had chemo. Like, your body's not affected. And I was like, really? Organs tip-top shape. Every blood level superb. Like, chemo rare. So then he asked me about the side effects. And he said, well, how is the nausea and the vomiting going? And I said, well, I've never thrown up. And he looked very confused. He said, you haven't thrown up? No, not once. So I feel bad for whoever bought the vomit bags for me. I have not touched them. And he said, well, what about the nausea? And I said, I get a little slightly queasy every now and then, but then I just pop a Zofran. And that's my nausea med. But I literally only take maybe like one Zofran a week. And he's like, okay. And he goes, well, what else? And I said, well, I get slight headaches, but that's actually a side effect of the Zofran. He said, correct. And then I said, and then, I get constipated, but that's actually just a side effect of the Zofran. And he was like, also true. And I was like, yeah, I just like take one. He was like, well, what else? And I was like, well, if anything, I was like, I just get tired for like 2.5 days. I'm just tired like Saturday, Sunday. And I was like, I just go to sleep when I'm tired. He's like, okay. And he goes, well, what about the fire pain and like in your hands and your feet? And I was like, no. He was like, no, I don't have that either. I was like, they tingle every now and again, like once a week for like 10 minutes, but no, nothing unbearable. And I was like, I do get a little bit of, muscle cramping and bone pain. And I was like, but that doesn't last too long and it's not unbearable. And I was like, I just take 2 extra strength Tylenol and I lay down. And he was like, listen, Bianca, when 2 or more are gathered, everybody touch and agree. So he still is just so confused. I don't have the neuropathy. I don't have the vomiting. He did ask me, like, does my body get stiff? And I was like, well, maybe like a little bit, but I also have scoliosis and my ass just don't be sitting up the way I'm supposed to. So, and he was like, okay. And he was like, huh. So he's so confused. So I then asked him to clarify. And I was like, yeah, I know, I have to do all 24 treatments. But I heard that I get a break in between phase 1 and phase 2. I just wanted to know when that break is. I hear I get a 2-week break in between phase 1 and 2. Is that true? He says, yes. And I said, well, when does that happen? And he said, well, you already did your 3rd treatment, so you have 9 to go. So once you get to week 12, you get a 2-week break. And then he says, and then you only have 8 more. And I said, huh? I said, that's not 24. And he goes, you're right, that's not 24. And he goes, well, to be technical, after your break, when you come back, you actually only have 4 more infusions because phase 2 is every other week. That's only 16. She's good at math. 16 divided by 4 is what? 4. Who says she's not doing 6 months of chemo and she's doing it in what? 4. Play with somebody else. Play with somebody else. So, I will be done with chemo in 4 months. I will be done with chemo in October, in Breast Cancer Awareness Month. If you think I am not planning the most sickening pink photo shoot with a pink wig and the category is breast and show, get ready because I'm eating down. I'm eating down. I have been doing nothing but planning for remission. I'm planning for remission era. That is all. That has been my focus. My focus has been hour by hour, get through and manage any symptoms as they come and go on about my business. So now I said, okay. So then I asked, and I said, well, doc, I'm from Maryland. I'm not from here. When I get my 2-week break, I'm going home. 1, can I go home? He said, yes, go home. And I said, okay. I said, 2, baby, I'm a Maryland girl. Am I going to be able to have seafood? He said, Candace, you can have seafood now. I asked my mother the way I screamed and kicked my feet. I said, excuse me? He said, I need you on a Mediterranean diet. I just don't want you to have anything raw, but you can have seafood. I said, I need to clarify because I'm a Maryland girl, doc. I'm talking crustaceans. I'm talking shellfish. I need shrimp. I need crawfish. I need crabs. He said, yes, you can do that. Bitches, and y'all know who y'all are. When I pull up, have the bushel ready. Period. So I squealed. So I got to sign off for seafood. Now at this point, they're still so shocked. He brings in his supervisor. The supervisor comes in. She's going through the labs. She's asking me questions. And she's like, so you don't have, you really don't have any symptoms? I said, no. And she looked at me and she said, you do not look, feel, sound, or behave as someone who is going into their 4th chemo treatment tomorrow. They literally have been waiting for the shoe to drop and for me to be down bad. And I'm not. And they said, your body is just so, and I looked at them and I smiled and I said, built Ford fucking tough. I am built Ford fucking tough. And that is not to say that I don't have my moments, because to be very honest, I was very discouraged by the hair thing. Ty had to call me the other day. We were on FaceTime. We both teary-eyed on FaceTime because that was a lot. And I'm not trying to discredit my feelings. And I am trying to, yes, our last date was crabs. I am trying to definitely give myself grace and honor my feelings. You know, losing my hair so quickly and in such a traumatic way. I just thought I had more time. So, but at the same time, I was like, well, Candace, you have been this strong thus far. You have been injected with everything at this point. You have been in tubes. You have been injected with radioactive stuff. You have been injected with chemo. You have been awake while getting surgery done. You gonna let some follicles stress you out? When we're about to enter wig era, get over it. So once I cried, I still cried. One thing I'm gonna do, I'm still gonna cry about it. Y'all may not see me cry. I'm still gonna cry about it. So I cried about it. We got our mean little comb over right now and headbands, and it is what it is. We're just gonna work on these angles because the face is fluffy, but we have new contouring materials, and it is what it is. But that also was the pick-me-up that I needed yesterday, to be like, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. And I am still just so grateful, because on top of all of this, no, I don't have to worry about housing and where I lay my head. I don't have to worry about my job security. I don't have to worry about the ability to be able to eat clean. I can buy fresh produce and I can cook for myself on days that I have energy. I am fresh juicing. And then when I don't feel like cooking, I can order whatever the fuck I want and not worry about anything. I'm good. I can go get massages to help with my lymphatic system. And I do think about other people that are also going through cancer and they have other things to worry about. I don't have shit else to worry about. My biggest worry is, what pajamas am I going to pop tags on tonight because y'all love the kid and keep sending me pajamas. That is my biggest worry. What pajamas am I going to wear today? That's it. So I'm like, if my skin breaking out a little bit and me losing some hair that I can cover up anyway is the most of my worries, I'm doing all right. Listen. And the thing is, and I keep telling people, one, I always get what I want. I say what I want, and God don't play about me. I'm definitely one of God's favorites, and I don't take it lightly. But if God wanted, his name in my mouth and give him praise for the rest of my days, I was going to do that anyway, because that's just how I am. But like, I'm really just trying to put all things into perspective. I am in the #1 place in the country for breast cancer treatment. I have an amazing village that allows me to be vulnerable. I have safe spaces to be myself and feel, but I am just surrendering to whatever this season brings and just riding the wave. Like, it is what it is till it ain't. And like, it's me versus me. It is just mental toughness at this point, and it is me versus me. So it's like, I am just so grateful. And that's why today's devotional that I posted this morning, it was so funny and it just hit. I was just grateful. I am so grateful. I have amazing nurses that are excited to see me, and I'm excited to see them. Like, it's a good kiki and a cackle when I'm there for treatment. I don't have no reactions, like nothing. It's just nothing major, like I'm talking to fellow breast cancer survivors who, one of them checked on me last night and she's like, I haven't checked on you in a bit. And she admittedly told me that she was falling back because she was waiting for the shoe to drop. She was waiting for me to be fucked up. And I was like, nah, I'm not. Like, she had reactions where like she was having seizures and things like that, and I'm just like, I'm grateful. Like, headache schmedache, like for the most part I'm so fine. I don't even take the Tylenol until my mom tells me, sweetie, why don't you take some Tylenol? Oh shit, I could take Tylenol. Like, I've been in worse pain from having endometriosis. Honestly, to this point, endo's been worse than cancer. So I'm kind of eating this shit like Skittles. But I totally forgot that when I was getting my massage last Friday and I was completely zen and on the table. Here's the thing about the massage. I did enjoy the massage, but the thing is, because of the meds that I'm on, I can't do deep tissue. I will bruise very, very easily. So I had to keep reminding myself, because I wanted to be like, girl, if you don't put some muscle in these little Thai hands. I had a little girl from Thailand. I was like, girl. But then I was like, she literally can't. She can't do it. So I just had to tell myself, we're just doing lymphatic drainage and we're just getting everything out. But as I was laying on the table, my little Zen situation, I literally was just meditating and talking and chanting. And I kept saying over and over, the doctors will be amazed. I will be a medical anomaly. They will be shocked at the progress. They're not going to be able to find anything. And sure enough, I forgot that I did that until when I saw his face and he was like, where is it? And he's like, he can't find it. And my mom was even like, where the fuck did it go? Exactly. Yes, actually, my massage therapist is oncology certified. So that is why. So the reason I found that out, because a girlfriend gave me a gift certificate so I could go, and I thought I had to get it done, because I had my port. I thought I had to get it done before my port was placed, and I made the note. And when I got there, they didn't give the note to the masseuse. And then I got all dressed in my robe and everything, and they was like, oh, unfortunately, I'm not oncology certified, so I can't do it. I didn't even know they had them. I just made a note that, hey, I already started chemo, but I get my port tomorrow, so I'm just trying to like do this before my port. And she was like, oh no, you can continue to get massages with your port. That's why we're oncology certified. Say less. So if anybody wants to send me gift cards to Milk and Honey Spa in Houston in the River Oaks area, because I definitely think that helped. And I was told that now I'm going to move into like more of the muscle stiffness and muscle tightness. So when he told me that, I just said, okay, glad I put the yoga mat on the list. So stretching is about to be a thing. And I think I have scheduled so far, I think my massages for like once a month. I don't know if I need to go every 2 weeks, but they did tell me that massages will be good for me to help with lymphatic drainage, because a lot of cancer patients have, some of them have issues with draining. But oh yeah, and the lymph node, she's almost unclockable as well. And I was having a conversation with my girlfriend. I was like, some days I was like, while I'm not in denial that I have cancer, but honestly, if it wasn't for being at the doctor and getting poked like a fucking junkie every single week and like all the procedures, I just feel normal. It's like sometimes I have to remind myself, like when I do get really tired, like, Candace, you have fucking cancer, like go sit down. But honestly, like I feel regular. I don't take no time off from work. There's only one coworker outside of my supervisor who knows. They don't know shit. I just be working. So I'm just grateful. I really, really am. Sometimes, but as I was saying, Ty, she was like also and. But still, like I can be very, very grateful. But this still sucks. You know what I mean? Like you could still be positive and have a good outlook, but still be like, this still fucking sucks. Like, cause I'm always grateful. You don't need to test my gratitude, sir. Sky Daddy, like duality, like very grateful. It could be worse. Also, still, and why me and why right now? Like, it's still very ghetto. It's still very, very ghetto. But, I'm like, two things can be true at the same time. And for the most part, I'm chilling. Oh, speaking of, I was anticipating chemo and radiation taking me down. So like I was trying to be ready to surrender to all of these things. And so once I confirmed like, okay, so I'm actually going to be done in 4 months like I wanted. And I said, okay, so week 12, 2-week break, come back, 4 more. That's just every other week. So I'm done at the end of October. And I said, okay. And I said, I know your goal is to completely shrink it with the chemo. I said, so I assume, that I'm still going to have an exploratory surgery to make sure the margins are clear. She said, yes, great question. And yes, you're still going to have a surgery. I said, okay. And then I said, and then I'll go do radiation. And then she said, no, you're not doing radiation. Excuse me? You're not going to have to now burn my titty? And she said, no, you will just continue your immunotherapy. So the immunotherapy that's already in my cocktail right now, she was like, nope, after surgery, then you'll continue immunotherapy and you just have 11 of those and you're done. Y'all see why I've been like, why I say just, I cried myself to sleep, tears of joy last night. I woke up with tears streaming in my ears this morning because grateful. That's why I said, baby, when I go live, y'all go ahead and get your running shoes, your tissues, and everything else. Like, so keeping my titties, chemo in 4 months, don't really have no side effects. Don't have to do radiation. Like, I feel like the Beyonce doc. She had that little lonely tear. Why does God keep blessing me? Like, why? Why does God keep blessing me? Cloud 9. I am on cloud 9. I don't even know what else to say, you know? And I'm just, like, I'm not lying when people keep asking me, you know, like, even, like, you know, people close to me, like, have my phone number, like, all right, bitch, no, how are you really feeling? I'm not lying when I say, nah, for all intents and purposes and all things considered, like, I'm doing really, really well. Eating clean, training dirty. Like, I will say one thing that I have been doing and one thing that I do is, my plan always was to approach this like an athlete. And especially once I knew I had to do chemo because I knew it was going to take a different level of mental fortitude. And one thing I like to do is, I am a documentary and a biography girl, but specifically I love watching sports docs and people who are physically tough, because you can't be that physically strong without being mentally strong. And I actually watched it. I inhaled it like the day before I started chemo, and I might watch it again over and over. But on Netflix, there is a short docuseries, I think it's only 4 episodes, of Arnold Schwarzenegger. And I encourage everyone to watch it. Arnold is that nigga. Like, I thought Arnold Schwarzenegger was cool before and kind of liked them. That's that nigga. Like, I fuck with Arnold the long way. And just like humility and mental toughness and building yourself up and persevering and like just getting shit done and like tapping into the brain of people. Like, I'm probably gonna go to HBO Max and I can't remember the name of it, but I'm sure if you just search Arnold, it'll come up. I'm probably gonna go back and watch what was the one that came out during the peak of COVID with like Michael Jordan and all them, like the whole Bulls. I'm probably gonna run that back. I'm probably gonna go on HBO Max and run back the Kobe one, the Tiger Woods one. When you really get into the brain of people who, but especially people who have had severe injuries and things like that. Watching Kobe come back from injury, watching Tiger come back from back surgeries and shit. Arnold, open heart surgery, and he's still struggling trying to be an action star. I didn't even know this man had you watch him. You want to get some mental toughness and get some me versus me. There's more to niggas that are at the top. You don't get to the top like that without being a little obsessive and some grit and some fight. So again, balance. I watch things that are funny and things that make me feel good, but I really love sports docs, people that are at the top of their game and like really seeing their stories. So that has been part of my fighting regimen, is keeping my mind right and me versus me. And it has been working, because baby, I already said I'm not gonna look like what I'm going through, but when they said you do not look like someone who is at this stage, and it made me look around today and see everyone else who was getting treatment, and baby, like, I will say, like, I gotta stay mentally tough, because the looks I get every treatment, especially because like I'm walking in with my mom, and then like they assume maybe I'm accompanying my mom until they see me with the wristband on, and then like, oh shit, it's her. So like, I think I'm the youngest one in there, and then don't look my age. And now that my face is fucking full from weight, the baby face is really babying right now. But yeah, I'm good. I'm Tony the Tiger. I'm great. And just praying that it continues to stay this way. Praying that I don't, take a dip. Because one thing has been, because of what I'm, my course of treatment, I do have to get blood work every week to make sure my levels are right. Because if my levels are even slightly off, they're not able to do it, and then they have to wait. So the fact that my blood levels are perfect, but I do have another MRI tomorrow. They saw like some tiny, like really, really tiny lesions on my liver. And they were like, honestly, it's probably nothing and just like normal wear and tear. But just because I already have cancer, they just want to make sure and rule it out. So I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow I get the update that they don't even see shit. I will say one of the benefits that I love about being down here is that I guess like I'm like in a closed network and everything is in-house. So my MRI is tomorrow. I have to be there at like 7 or 7:30 in the morning. So I'll probably be out from the MRI by like 9. I put money on it. My results with notes and findings will be posted in my portal before lunch. I don't wait for anything. They do something, it's posted. Last week they drew my blood at 12:23, and all my results were posted in the portal by like 12:35. I was still in the waiting room like, oh, my results. I don't wait for anything. But yeah, I do still need to record the video of because someone else asked, like, I hope you do it. Yes, how we even got here. Because that's a whole nother testimony in and of itself. And a precautionary tale to be in tune with your body. They have been stressing from day one, like, we're so glad that you're in tune with your body, because this could have been way worse. Like if I was waiting for other symptoms, which a lot of people do. Doesn't feel like anything. So like, don't wait for the fucked up symptoms. Don't wait for your skin to have a rash, your skin to be puckering. Don't wait for there to be pus or something coming out of your nipple. Like, if you got to that point, you're really fucked up. And you don't even know if that shit's metastasizing somewhere else in your body. I felt something that was the size of a pea. I had no other symptoms. It was a pea. And I said, what is that? That's all it took for me. What is that? Don't let nobody brush you off like, oh, it's probably just a hormonal cyst. Great. Biopsy and send it to pathology to make sure. It's that simple. So I will be sharing my story to make sure people are advocating for themselves. If I was not someone who naturally advocated for myself, I've been having to advocate for myself in the healthcare system since I was 18 years old, since the first time I got a UTI and a kidney infection. And they just brushed me off and told me, it's your first semester home from college, you're probably just pregnant, and tried to brush me off. No, bitch. Run this. And sure enough, I had kidney issues, and I used to get kidney infections like every 3 months, and it would have me in the hospital. I've been advocating for myself. When everyone was trying to tell me, no, some women just have horrible periods. No, I pushed and I advocated for myself until I found out I had endometriosis, polyps, and fibroids. So I will continue to tell women to advocate for themselves, get a second opinion, like do all of the things. Like I have been having to fight. I've been fighting for my fucking life since I was 18 years old in the medical system. So for 20 years, I have been fighting for my life in the medical system. But down here, it has been such a breeze for me. But I know that's not the case for everyone everywhere. I stress it, and I assure you, if I would have still been at home, this would not have happened this way. It would not have happened this way, and I will continue to stress it. From mammogram, ultrasound, biopsy to diagnosis, 4 days. That would not have happened at home. It wouldn't have. So, I just want people to be in tune with their bodies. Like, I'm so in tune with my body that, and my mom makes jokes and calls me Princess in the Pea now because it was pea-sized. But that's all it takes. You are foreign. Like, I think people think sometimes, like, in the scope of their body. Like, if you look at, like, the whole mass of your body, if you're like, oh, the size of a pea, that's nothing. And I think more people need to think also with organs. Because, like, for example, my first surgery to have a polyp removed from my uterus, it was, I'll never forget it because I always look at my pinky nail when I say it, because they said it was like the size of a Mike and Ike. And you're like, okay, the size of a Mike and Ike. That's how small the polyp was. But when your uterus is already only the size of your fist, and you have a Mike and Ike fused to the side of it, that's kind of detrimental. So I think we need to think, someone's just like, oh, it's just, size of a pea. Size of a walnut. Size of this. But in scope to the organ that it is in or affecting, I think that's what people need to think about. So don't let them brush you off. Like, nah, because you're just like, oh, okay, cool. No, that's actually really fucked up. And then the second time I had a polypectomy, so the one I had April of 21, there were now 3 of them. The girl was messed up. She was down bad. So, and I got ignored over those for a long time, like before I got to the point. So, but anyway, I am well. The face card doesn't decline. This comb over and swoop is doing what needs to be done. I always get my way. I am God's favorite. So, like I said, we are not doing chemo in 6 months. We are doing chemo in 4 months. I don't even have to do radiation. I get to go home for a little over a week. My body is built for fucking tough. The doctors are amazed. It's giving what tumor because they can't see it. I'll have to figure out. So my best friend, she's also a pixie princess, and she sent me a whole bunch of headbands. So the crazy thing is, she didn't know when I was going to end up cutting it. These actually arrived on Saturday, and then I had to end up cutting my hair on Tuesday. So I'll figure out where she got them from. And I'm pretty sure, I know they came from Amazon, but it's like a big pack. So I will find a link and I will link them because they're super cute. Thank you. I just can't say it enough. Like, I'm grateful. I'm really grateful. But yeah, like any I don't know how much time I have left because I think they be trying to cut me off at like an hour now. But if anybody has any questions or anything, as always, I am open to answering them. Oh, so the soursop leaves, I actually ordered some dry ones from Amazon. You can also possibly find them in certain international markets. And then I also have a follower who is Jamaican, and she went home to Jamaica and actually grabbed some and dried some herself from her auntie's tree, and then she shipped me some as well. So, but and as far as making it, I literally just boil a pot of water and I throw some leaves in there and I just steep it and then I just pour it out. I don't mind the taste of it completely by itself. But from the way it tastes to me, if someone had a hard time and didn't like it, you could probably put like just like a little bit of honey in it. But I will tell you, when I started doing the soursop, it's like, one, it's great for a whole host of things, just, inflammation in your body and everything like that. But I literally, there would be moments where I literally could feel the tumor like firing off, and it felt like, it's like I literally could like feel it breaking up. And every time I'll be like, "Ooh, yeah, bitch, getting your ass beat." So I'll have a cup like in the morning. I'll have a cup like before I go to bed. And like if you have like sleep problems, it can help with that. So yeah, you can probably see. Do I have mine? I was like sitting behind my drink, but yeah, my little chemo mug sits on the dresser. But yeah. Now I'm just kind of on edge seeing if my period's gonna come back again. Since it came the very first treatment. So I was ovulating this week, clearly ovulating. So I was like, I think this bitch is gonna come back. So I'm trying to wrap my mind around that because I really don't want to deal with her. But if she comes while I'm on chemo, that's a clear sign that I can get pregnant naturally afterwards. So I kind of have mixed emotions about it. So yes, my back is starting to get like a little bit tight, which they said that might happen going into the second month, but I'm just gonna stretch. Oh, and then I think I'm going to add outside of massages, I'm going to add acupuncture. So my girlfriend also beat it. I was talking to her. I was like, yeah, I found me an oncology certified masseuse. And she was like, do acupuncture too. So I was like, and I literally drove by one, like down the street. So, see, I have mixed emotions about the period because, I still just want, cryotherapy is like what, the super duper cold? I don't want to do that. One thing, I can't stand being cold. I don't know if I could do cryotherapy. I know I could do acupuncture because I used to do dry needling with my chiropractor. But I'll probably just put like a heating pad on my lower back tonight and probably just take some Tylenol. But like, what the crazy thing is? Because like I just expected to be, like down bad, like so bad. I was ready just to get so high and be on edibles and shit like that. And I just feel like outside of like just maybe just wanting to be high, like I haven't really needed it. But I think I might just do it just cause. Just cause I can. But we don't have any dispensaries down here in Texas because it's still not legal. So like everything they have is like, it's Delta 8. So they have Delta 8. So like you gotta know niggas around the way that got weed down here. So like they have stuff in like little vape shops, and I didn't realize. I was like, oh, they got weed in here. Like there's literally one next to the gas station. Like I could walk there. But when I look further, like it's only Delta 8 here. So whatever that means. So, but I'm probably just gonna, be elevated and touch the hem of his garment just because I can. But I haven't really needed it. Like anxiety's been low. My eating habits are fine. I haven't really been nauseous or anything. So try to be as prepared as I could for all of the things, but I definitely do have, I have some folks that plan on bringing me some things when they come to visit. So I'm still going to have a good time and be elevated, but I think if I have more of the muscular and like the bone situation going on, I'll probably dibble into that like a little bit. Because that's the only thing that kind of is annoying But no food has really been ruined this week. Praise God. I'm still trying to hold on to spicy food as much as I can. But Cheez-Its taste like cardboard. So I was kind of sad about that. But for the most part, I'm still enjoying food. I haven't experienced any of the cold sensitivity yet. And hoping I don't, because I really want some sorbet because we're in the middle of a heat wave. It's hot as hell. Sleep-wise, I'm sleeping pretty well. The schedule's just kind of weird. So, like, I had chemo today. I'm fine. I'll probably go to sleep in a couple of hours, but then I got to get up early for my MRI. But Thursdays, I'm cool. Fridays, I'm cool. Fridays, I kind of... I might crash kind of like 10 p.m. Yeah, I'll share it. Hi, Julius. Saturday, Sunday, I just be tired. Monday, I wake up kind of fine, but then, like, I'll crash in the afternoon. But, it's like Saturday, Sunday, I'm good. Monday, I will wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Like clockwork. And then I don't want to be up. And then I turn my work alarm off. And then I'll fall back asleep about like 5:36. And I'll basically take a cat nap. And then I'll log on at 8. Like, the schedule kind of varies, but I sleep well when I sleep. When I'm out. The only thing has been, I do need to go, like, that little tower fan with the remote that I had put on the registry. I think I'm going to go buy that tonight with just, like, the gift card funds. Because, baby, when I've been hot flashing. Last night, I hot flash. So I'm either bone chillingly cold and I'm completely wrapped up, or I'm stripping down. It's just... Now, Julie's like, I have so many gift card funds because y'all, I maxed out the gift card availability and so did y'all. So I definitely have some funds. So I'll probably just use the... well, you know what? Nope, you asked, so I'm sending you the link. But yeah, because I was like, baby, I've been trying to hold out, but I need that fan. Thank you, Andrea. But yeah, I'm cooling. Yeah, people keep wanting to come visit me, and like, honestly, I think some people like want to come visit me like under the guise of like really, really helping me, and I'm like, I really don't need help. If anything, sometimes if I'm going somewhere, I might just want someone with me just in case it's a day like I think I might crash. Not crash my car, but like my body kind of crash. Or sometimes just a little on edge, if the neuropathy like just magically pops up, I would hate to be on the highway and my fucking foot or my hand goes numb. But I do still want to like do things by myself. So like, I really enjoyed just my little 4 hours out the house. Go get my massage, walked over to Eddie V, sat at the bar, got me a mocktail, had some Chilean sea bass and some truffle mac and cheese. Went one light over, went to Ulta, got my little thing, used my gift card, and then I came home and crawled into bed. Like, it was everything. I needed that. I love that. So, just wanting still to have just like a few moments to myself and someone not... Darian, we call him the water warden because he's constantly tracking my water intake. So don't let my bottle be too far away and I'm not at the right hour. Where's your water? So, child, this pixie's only gonna last for so long because I got fitted for a custom wig yesterday. Girl, it is still Beyonce season. It is Renaissance season. It is hairography season. Fuck you thought this was? I'm finally going to be able to live out all my wig dreams because I never had a forehead or a hairline to place them. Let me also say that I used to always say that like I really hated my little tiny forehead and I wanted a bigger forehead. I fucking lied. No, I do not. Having a forehead is ghetto. I don't like it here. I don't. But we are going to live out all of my wiggy dreams because I can. It's going to be a mood in a moment. We're going to have a blunt bob wig. We're going to have a nice little Farrah Fawcett wig. I'm going to go ahead and be like a real H-Town hottie. Give you a little 30-inch bust down middle part wig for Renaissance. Come on. I'm going to have to wear a name tag going into treatment every week. I'm going to be like, who the fuck is this? Yeah. I'm doing all the things because I can. Because why not? If I'm not going to do nothing else, I'm going to have fun with it. I'm going to be turning looks. So, all the custom colored units are coming your way. Okay? Can't wait. It's going to be like Skittles in this bitch. With wigs. Taste the rainbow. Yeah. What a time. What a time. But yeah, I don't know if y'all had any more questions. Yeah, overall, I'm good. I'm really good. Yep. I wonder, am I getting shiny again? No. Very well. But yeah, I just keep telling people, like, low-key, like, I'm just chilling. Just chilling, working, collecting checks, not taking leave. I love it here. But yeah, yesterday's news was everything that I needed, and, you know, just keeping up the fight. It's all I can do, child. Oh, I was like, where did Chloe go? She's actually asleep. Hi, babe. Okay. Yeah, but if y'all don't have any more questions, that's it. I definitely will save the live. Anyone that came in. Anthea, I'm gonna text you. But I will save the live. As always, thank you for your wake her up. She just went deeper under the covers. I'm grateful for all of the support. Anybody who sent the gift, sent money, put money on the gift card fund, the intercessory prayer, like I have felt the prayers wrapped around me. It feels good. It is working. And I'm just grateful. So I appreciate everyone and for giving me time and grace and allowing me to share this in my own way. But I love everyone. Oh, they are counting me down, so I only had a minute left anyway. Mommy's doing better. Mommy's been really stressed. But so the news was also really good for her too. And then she leaves on Monday for a week to go check on Granny. But we are well. I'm good. I love everyone. I will see y'all back in stories. I am continuing to record content and film things. Darian, stop joining. I'm about to meet you in the living room. We can find a movie to watch. I love you guys. Bye.